And here we go. Seatbelts fastened and mandatory. The games have begun. Wesley So with the white pieces and an Alekhine in game one.
Yeah, here we go. You see the ratings there for the players in Blitz. Very comparable, 3160 to, I mean, these are just two 3,100 players. And I mean, they've hit some really high ratings before. So this is going to be a barn burner for sure.
It is. And knight takes f7 right off the bat is, I think, very strong, followed by queen f3. I think that's an early blunder here by Nihal. Knight f7, king f7, queen f3, and then queen e4. I think we're about to see this on the board. And what I was just about to say is that Nihal, I think for him, openings are going to be absolutely crucial. Insofar as one can talk about any area where he struggled slightly against Rehard Report, an area that didn't really show itself given his brilliance in making crazy comebacks, it is the opening. I feel like Wesley might be just a little bit more unforgiving. And is White just winning right off the bat here?
Well, I was just like amazed it took him so long to play queen e4 check. I guess he was thinking of knight c3, but
which might have even been better.
Maybe it was, yeah. You risk maybe not winning the piece, even though your position might be better. I think
bishop takes d5, it's over. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some sort of a mate here.
Queen f3 and bishop g5.
Oh yeah, and f3, king e7,
completely
bishop
over.
g5. Wow, and Wesley has 4 minutes to find it.
It's probably the most one-sided game I've ever seen.
Oh, Wesley misses queen f3 check.
I can't believe he missed queen f3.
And he still has it.
He still has
it, but it's not quite as dangerous because of knight f6. And I'll tell you what I'm on. If there is one person that you don't want to miss an opportunity like this against, it is Nihal Sarin.
And if there's one person I wouldn't expect to ever miss that opportunity, it's Wesley So.
that is insane. f3 check, king e7, bishop g5. The queen is lost. Of course, he's still up 2 pawns. Realistically, White is completely winning here.
Yeah. Yeah. But like if you're Nihal and you see queen f3 and then you see your opponent not play it, you're probably playing this game with a little more pep in your step. Like you feel like you got a second chance at life here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, compared to the position after queen f3, this almost looks winning for black. Only 2 pawns down, we're living.
Chalk it up.
We've talked about that before. It's all, it's all relative. It's all comparative. I think Wesley's heading to e4 with his knight. Okay, bishop f4, hitting the pawn on c7.
Is this telling for the match, Dania, that already we've seen Nihal blundering knight f7, sort of like just a basic trick in the opening, and Wesley missing, I'm going to call it a basic tactic to put the game away immediately? Like both guys looking a little shaky.
Yeah, definitely. And, perhaps this should be chalked up to nerves. They know that this match is important. Right. And, in basketball, you sometimes have the best shooter airballing the first shot, in like a playoff game. You'll see that sometimes. This is kind of the equivalent of an airball by both teams in the opening possession.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Sloppy.
Gosh, we are harsh.
Luckily, chess has a nice, objective evaluation to fall back on, which is, even though everything's happened the way it has, hey, you look at Wesley's position and it's still completely crushing.
Completely winning rook e1. He can go after the e6 pawn. The only thing here, d5, maybe Nihal has queen f7. A little slippery, getting out of the pin and hitting f2. Nihal has been playing almost instantly. 4.5 minutes remaining on his clock.
I think that's what you do when you blunder the magnitude of what happened, and it is truly not a bad strategy. You're way behind against a stronger player, so Nihal is that's just good blitz chess. You realize your best chance is going to be on the clock when your position is this hopeless.
Agreed, and I'll tell you what, Nihal hasn't lost the game yet. He's been holding on here, down 2 pawns, kind of keeping the status quo. The problem is that now the knights are about to get traded, and you're totally saddled by the weakness of that e-pawn, which is why Nihal very alertly going e5. I really like the way that he's defending here. I just feel like it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, the problem with that objective eval, once again, is that do what you can with the position, but you can't fight, like a completely lost evaluation. If Wesley plays well, there's nothing you can do.
The sad thing is even queen d3 in that position, which seems to blunder checkmate, actually wins the game because White plays rook f1, and when everything is liquidated, White is still going to be up a pawn.
It's a great move. It's a trick. Queen d3.
I might have actually preferred queen d3. He plays queen g3. Some luft is probably going to be made.
That's right.
In short order.
Yeah, h3 needed, e5 hanging at the moment, and every piece that gets traded just increases Wesley's winning chances.
It's funny, I played the Alekhine in round 1 of the US Championship with black against Ray Robson, and it ended pretty much, that opening experiment concluded very, very quickly. Let's just say I didn't play any more Alekhines that tournament. I'm not going to share the results of the game or what happened. Let's just say I didn't play any more Alekhines. They can speculate, yeah. Maybe I felt bad for my subsequent opponents because the Alekhine, in my hands, and my expert treatment, leads to such a quick victory, I didn't want it to get boring.
Naturally.
Now, tell you what, still some off chances, Nihal getting his rook active, keeping d6 defended. If I'm Wesley, I seriously would consider rook e8 here.
Right.
Trade one pair.
Always a good idea. And he goes straight for it. It's only going to help to trade those pieces.
Nihal trying to go after White's queenside pawns. Minute and a half here for Wesley. H5 looks very, very nice as well.
Yeah, H5 looks like the move, put it that way.
Yeah, although it's not really going anywhere. Black's king is just so incredibly weak. I feel like H5 is automatic.
Yeah, H5, I'm very surprised it hasn't been played.
Yeah, a little bit. How do I put it? Wesley still has plenty of time, but there's something tentative, Aman, about the way he's playing this, which, again, if you're Nihal, yeah, the blunder is painful, but at least he can be encouraged that he's resisting. He's forcing Wesley to spend time. Imagine if Nihal doesn't get a lost position out of the opening.
Yeah, exactly. How good it would be. Like White always has queen e8, queen e7. Just point that out. Like that will always be good. And I think on top of that, queen e8, rook e7 check, and rook f7 appears to be the winning idea right now.
Well, I'm showing a sample line if the queen goes to a1, but even without it,
yeah,
it's totally winning. G3, solid move, defending h4. And
yeah, you almost have to play something like queen f7 here, like just to keep the position going.
And at a minimum, White could go for the queen trade and
exactly
pretty straightforwardly convert the rook endgame. Although all rook endings are drawn, but
exactly.
With that being said,
this one would definitely put that to the test.
Nihal taking his time here, trying to cook up something. King g7, queen a7, and now I think Wesley's going to swoop in with his rook. Notice that the queen defends f2 very importantly. Wow. Wesley choosing to repeat.
Yeah, there's something off.
Something's going on.
Like,
Something's going on.
Queen a7, rook e7.
No, but this is.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm sorry, but Wesley will play this while skydiving across Mount Kilimanjaro. While deploying his parachute. Rook e7 is just the move that you play.
Automatic.
And this is still completely winning because even if White trades a pawn for d pawn, which is likely, 3-on-1 is an elementary win on the king side. But Nihal, look at what he's doing. He's trying to tuck his king away, I think, on d4 and try to get a situation where Wesley still has to deal with a passed pawn. Here we go. Aman, this ain't over.
Yeah, I think at this point you could really just consider the move rook g8, and I think those 3 pawns should win. But that's another committal decision that Wesley is going to have to make.
Regardless, and we all know what kind of heroism Nihal is capable of from his previous matches, and he is making this as close as one could possibly make it. But as you said, Wesley could give away his rook for the pawn at the right moment, and these passers are entirely unstoppable.
I felt like maybe Nihal should have gone rook d7 just as an attempt, because going with the king to d3 felt really like the wrong direction, and then d4, it's like, this pawn is not going fast enough for me.
Yeah, d3 now it's not able to move to d2. Whoa.
Yeah, I thought king g3.
Something was wrong with that move. Rook h7. The eval bar really didn't like that. I'm not sure why. Maybe king f4.
Yeah, I wanted to play king g3.
Very loosey-goosey. Yeah, king g3 shuts down all of black's pathways to the king side.
But remember, as white, you always know, let's say king f4, rook d4, king g5, king g3. You just always know that as long as you keep 2 connected pass pawns, you're winning.
Right. In one sample line, rook h7, king h4, d2, g5, and the pawns connect just in time. White wins.
Mm-hmm.
King g5, king g3 might get mated due to f4.
You know, this is one of those games, Danya, it's so frustrating to play Nihal's shoes. It's like you've done everything right, and you know your opponent has committed like 10 maybe like inaccurate to kind of seriously inaccurate blunders or moves, let's call them, and they still win. And you're just like so frustrated. Like, really? Really?
Right. I did everything. Just the opening blunder was a little bit too much. First game goes to Wesley. But